It's been a little while since we have talked about some of Hollywood's biggest stars choosing to walk away to live a regular life. I'm your host for this one, Joss Bedard, and today I am continuing this list with a part 5. That is right, we are talking about celebs who decided to walk away from their fame. Kind of mind-blowing. Make sure you guys leave a like if you want a part 6. We might be able to make it happen. Kicking off our countdown at number 10 is Audrey Hepburn. I am surprised this hasn't come up on one of our other lists because it was actually my first time learning about this. I'm still a little mind blown. During the height of her career, it is safe to say that probably everyone had a Breakfast at Tiffany's poster in their bedroom and a little black dress in their closet. The Hollywood style icon had a huge influence at the time, but many people forget that she retired just a few years after her career peaked. She worked with the United Nations Children's Fund for most of her adult life. People don't remember her for it as much as they remember her for her beauty. But in 1988, after she chose to retire early from the big screen, she was made an official UNICEF ambassador and went on several field missions, which I had no idea about. Up next, number 9, we have Kal Penn. The former actor had quite the upgrade when he left the big screen and he went on to get a normal job. For some of us, this would still not be a normal job, but more normal than being a Hollywood actor, I'm sure. In 2004, he was eating at the White Castle in the movie Harold and Kumar, and in 2009, he was at the White House. Yes, the White House. Despite having a very goofy on-screen presence, he was hired for a serious position as the Associate Director in the White House Office of Public Engagement. His real name is Kalpen Modi, I hope I said that right, and he worked with the government directly to foster effective communication with underrepresented communities. But it seems like maybe he did miss the acting lifestyle because after working this job for 2 years, he returned to the showbiz. He chose to live a very normal life, but it didn't last very long, so I guess Hollywood chose him. Cruising into number 8, we have Jennifer Lawrence. If you're a fan of the actress, then you might have wondered where she has been the last few years and why it seemed like she kind of just disappeared. She took a year off from acting between 2018 to 2019, but as soon as she returned to the spotlight for X-Men Dark Phoenix, it seemed like she was taking more time off again. She began dating an art gallery owner named Cook Maroney, and in October 2019, the two of them got married, which was very quiet and not publicized at all. Just a few months after getting married, the world entered into this pandemic due to COVID-19, so a lot of actors were kind of forced to take time away from their craft. But despite taking a few years off from acting to live a normal life and become a wife without all the media involved, she will be returning to our screens in 2021. Thank God, because I love her. Taking over our number 7 spot is Dylan Sprouse. Most of his fans grew up laughing at his hilarious antics on Disney Channel's show, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. And many people thought they would see him on their screens for a very long time. But after he left the iconic Disney series and acting altogether, he went on to graduate from the New York University's Gallatin School of Individualized Study in 2015. From there, he went on to own his very successful All Wise Meadery in Brooklyn. And when I say successful, I mean successful. In 2020, he made the Forbes 30 Under 30 list in the Hollywood entertainment category, so kudos to him. When asked why he left acting, he admitted that he no longer wanted to take on major leading roles and said that it was boring. In recent years, he has returned to film, but not Hollywood film. He has taken on short films and is wanting to dive deeper into the craft for his passion and not the clout. He talked to Daily News and said he is not doing this for clout anymore and still continues to run his very successful business. Moving on to number 6, we have Willa Ford. In 2001, she was a badass who put out an epic pop single called I Wanna Be Bad. She made being bad sound good. She also helped influence other artists at the time like Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera to push the envelope a little bit with their own suggestive content. But her singing career did not last the same way that theirs did. She also had other talents that she was focusing on, like designing houses. She decided to step away from her music career and transitioned into the world of interior design, building a very impressive brand called W. Ford Interiors. Her interior design skills even got the attention of Scott Disick, who actually hired her to be the in-house designer for his reality show, Flip It Like Disick. So, worked out well for her. Halfway through our list, number 5 is Kris Humphries. You might know his name because he was once married to Kim Kardashian, and their wedding had their very own television special. But before he got involved with Kim, he was a basketball player. He played for 9 different professional teams, but then the spotlight shifted to him in a different way, and everything changed. Once he was with Kim, he was making tabloids on a regular basis and was getting harassed in public by the paparazzi. He was also a big part of the reality show called Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but they got divorced just 72 days after they got married. Could he have stayed in the limelight some other way? Probably. But instead he continued with basketball and then retired from the NBA. After he retired, he actually moved back home and started franchising fast casual restaurants. In spot number 4, we have Dolores Hart. She burst into the movie scene when she was just a teenager. In 1957, she played Elvis Presley's love interest in Loving You. From there, she skyrocketed into being a leading lady in the industry, and she went on to star in 9 more feature films, like the cult classic Where the Boys Are. So why did she up and leave what seemed to be a very promising career? She was only 24 years old when she announced that she would be leaving Hollywood back in 1964. The news that she was leaving was surprising, but the reason why was even more surprising. She revealed that she was leaving to become a nun. She entered the Abbey of Regina Lotus Monastery in Connecticut, where she lives to this day. In our 3rd spot is Meghan Markle. I think we're all a little bit confused about where she wants her career to go at this point. She broke out in the acting world and took on the lead role in Suits, where she played Rachel Zane for 7 seasons. Fans expected to see her on their screens for a while, but she left the Hollywood scene in 2016 after going on a blind date with Prince Harry. Yes, a mutual friend set them up on a date and they fell in love and got married. Obviously, she was becoming part of the royal family and her whole world was about to change. So at that time, she didn't leave Hollywood for a normal life, but in 2020, she revealed that she was going to be leaving her royal family life to live a more normal one. They announced they decided to step back as senior members of the British royal family and said they wanted to become financially independent. They are splitting their time between the United Kingdom and North America and now live somewhat of a normal life as parents. We're not sure where her career goes from here. Rolling into number 2, we have Jon Gosselin. You would probably know him better as John from John and Kate +8. John was married to Kate Gosselin and they had 8 kids together, which got them their own reality TV show on TLC called John and Kate +8. I feel like that is kind of self-explanatory, but whatever. Their hectic life was documented and people quickly fell in love with them. That was until John started wandering, as we will call it, and they got a divorce. Kate kept the show and gave it a new name, Kate +8. No, I'm not kidding. John moved away from the limelight and began working regular jobs. He served in restaurants, he worked with solar panel installation, he did some DJing, he was a cook at TGI Fridays, but the one job that surprised people the most was that he became an exotic dancer. So yeah. Earning the number 1 place is Shaquille O'Neal. This one always shocks people, and I can say that because when I first found out, I was totally shocked. Like, I had no idea. The NBA legend Hall of Famer has had a very successful career on the court, but also found success in movies, with hip-hop albums, and as a TNT basketball commentator. But he also lives a very normal life behind the scenes. On top of everything else he does, he also loves cops, so he decided to become one in multiple cities. He went through Los Angeles Sheriff's Academy and became a reserve officer. Reports say he has participated in cases in Virginia and Georgia, and even became an honorary sheriff's deputy in both states. So even though he has maintained a huge spotlight in Hollywood, it seems that he also wants a piece of like the real world. I love that. Alright guys, that is our part 5 list. To end this video, I'm going to do some comment shoutouts from celebrities who could lose everything in 2021. P. Monica says, am I the only one who thinks Trisha is not a celebrity? You're probably not the only one. However, she has a massive fan base and following and bank account. So, Tamara S says, is Joss okay? She looked kind of sickly, not trying to be mean, just concerned and hope she's genuinely okay. I am okay. Maybe it's just the lighting because we're not in the studio and you can see all my flaws now. Vibe with Luna says, am I the only one who doesn't know how to make money with my TikTok? I'm making like 9 cents a day on the creator fund. No, I've heard the creator fund is very confusing and I don't know. We don't have it over here in Canada, so I'm no help to that. All right, guys, that is all I got. I'm getting out of here. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our next video. I was your host, Joss. I will see you in a future one. Bye. My nose is drippy. She will, what was I? I missed a line. There's another train. Did I say that right? Let me try that again. She entered the Abbey of Regina? She entered the Abbey of Regina. I don't know how to say this. I'm gonna just keep the first time, I think. I hope I said that right.